I'm Ken Gossage, Director of Good News at Noon Homeless Ministry here at 884 Doresy Street. And of course, we just moved here right before Christmas last year. It took us quite a while to kind of get adjusted and get our bearings after having, I guess, over 35 years at Davis Street. I think Good News at Noon is probably best known for its outreach to just homeless people. It's probably the only place that welcomes the homeless people that are on the street during the day. So they can come here. We have a doctor that's here typically from like 9 to 11:30 each day if they've got some kind of medical issues. The idea is that just to show them that they've got a lot of value and they can do more with their lives than just live out on the streets. So that's the next step that we're hoping to be able to take Good News at Noon is create not just a place where they can come and hang out, but somewhere where they can work on things they need to work with, reconnect with people, and just really start seeing change happen in their life. We do a lot of meetings, and of course we still have church here on Sunday mornings also. And we've got our kitchen that was kitchen obviously is a lot bigger, nicer, cleaner, but Cargill basically equipped this whole thing. We brought over probably one refrigerator and the ice maker, but everything else is brand new that they did. Got a big storage area here, walk-in cooler, freezer. And this is kind of a combo office here that our kitchen manager shares with our doctor that comes in the mornings. But so it's kind of a combo.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Office very medical nice facility.
I'll let Lonnie do that. Wait.
Yeah, we used to have to wash everything by hand. We got a commercial dishwasher now.
You used to have to wash everything by hand?
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Applesauce?
That's rough.
Cookie?
Thank you, sir.
All righty.
All right.
Sit down, enjoy it. So this is our women's dorm here. And the women's and the men's dorm are laid out similarly. The women's is a little bit smaller, even though they have kind of their own individual rooms with a twin-sized bed. The guys is more of kind of an open type bunkhouse situation, but we've got capacity for 20 women, and then on the men's side 40. Both, again, they have the same kind of layouts. They each have a little gathering area and storage, as well as bathroom, sink, and showers.
Access to outside.
Yeah, so this is kind of our backyard really for our residents. But they've really enjoyed all of this area, but the pavilion's nice. We're putting in a fire pit over there. We had a few computers at the other place, but it just was, they were just kind of crammed into a back room. Nobody really used them much, so it was nice to actually allocate space for them over here. But we're getting a lot of use out of this.
Wow, yeah, that's a lot.
Got its own network printer, and you can actually teach, from that screen if you want to.
I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, for our residents, we offer some classes really to everybody, but for our residents, you know, we teach them how to use the computer and use the internet to access resources and stuff. We encourage them all to create their own Gmail so that they've got the drive now that they can save documents in and things. But then this is our laundromat, which has been a huge plus. We're trying to do some things differently here in terms of, at least for those that are not residents, making things that we're doing here kind of an exchange. So we may say, hey, can you clean the dining room up, and then you can come do your laundry. But for some reason we don't have anything for them to do that day. We just say, hey, you can use the dryer for $1 and the washer for $1. And it stays pretty busy.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had one washer and dryer, kind of a home type machines in our old place, and we couldn't, I mean, just between towels and sheets, that's all we could afford to do all day.
So you had one?
Yeah. We had various donors that just said, hey, I just want my money to go to the laundromat kind of thing, so that was kind of cool. So this is the guys' dorm. And again, you can see it's kind of laid out the same. There are little gathering areas back there. Sinks and, yeah, so it's kind of a more open, it's a cubicle still that's, you know, open at the top, but you got 2 bunk beds on either end. So we can get 40 in here. Got their storage here. And then they got, theirs obviously is not as neat as the ladies, but I guess they're still trying to figure out what they're going to do here.
Board games.
I don't know if you knew that we ended up too with enough money that we could buy that building across the street.
Oh yeah. So is it this? It's this one right here?
Yeah.
The big white one.
Yeah, we were leasing that before, well, all during the fundraising and construction time, because we started our ladies shelter over there in a small area that we renovated. But it's kind of part of our phase 2. We realized that, and this is not just new to us, North Georgia Works, same way, my sister's place. You get somebody that graduates from your transitional program, well, there's nowhere for them to go in Gainesville. The housing is so expensive. So the idea is to kind of provide a supportive housing environment for a, you know, temporary time where they can go over there and lease and have their own place for like $400, $500 a month, something like that.
Yeah. That's going to be a women's.
No, it'll be both
it'll be
men and women, but it'll just be single. It's what we got planned right now. So it'll be like a hotel size unit that they can rent.
That's sweet.
Yeah, we got some tomatoes we need to be picking.
She said, bring it to me.
The toilet paper? Just go ahead and take it up there to her, Jamie.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You did exactly what I asked you to. Thank you.
So this is our clothes closet. I don't know if you ever saw the other one, but this is probably
Yeah.
3 times bigger than it.
Oh yeah.
And our volunteers pretty much designed and organized all of this. So they have a printer here too that they use, and we use software to track what we call outputs and outcomes. So for our people in outreach, we're just tracking basically the services they're using. So every person that comes here, if they don't have a card, we create one with a picture on it, and that just becomes their unique barcode. So, you know, if this guy comes and gets a shower today, then they just scan
Okay,
his barcode, scan, shower, wherever it is, and it just all inputs it directly into our database. And two, yeah, you know, there's some things that we don't have a whole lot of, so if it's a situation where we've given like a pair of jeans or a pair of shoes to a guy, he comes in at the end of the week and wants some more, and we can scan and say, oh, I'm sorry, you just got some jeans on Monday, you'll have to wait a few weeks to get some more, whatever. But yeah, it helps us keep track of the outputs, basically. I mean, it's not changing people's lives, but at least we know what we're doing. And we also use it for our residents, but it's totally different there. We've got our program in there, so we can see where they're at in the program and what they need to do to kind of complete. We bought everything and then we just implement it over here. And again, the idea is at some point we'll have classes during the day that they can take, and you know, we'll keep track of that also. And that would be a big exchange. Hey, you go to a class today, you can eat, get your clothes done, everything else is free, kind of thing. We're just trying to show them that they've got value. They can do a lot more than they've been doing, just living on the streets, and we want to help them create a new life, so to speak. But yeah, this is like our new admin area, which is like maybe 6 times bigger than what we had before.
One of these at the other spot.
I think we had like this space right here, which we kind of use as a mini conference room. I think that was as big as our whole office at the other place. We had like 5 or 6 people. We more than doubled our space, which is, you know, a big deal because we didn't really have the space to do much of anything but house people, feed them, try and, you know, do some clothing and showers and stuff. So it's opened up a lot of opportunities for new things to happen here. Yeah, I think when we first got here, it was kind of funny. It's like, you know, you take your family to the rich uncle or the rich, you know, grandfathers, and the kids are all afraid to touch anything, you know. So it was kind of odd, but yeah, they've kind of gotten to realize that, you know what, it is brand new. It's a nice spot. We got a lot of nice things, but it's still the same people here that are loving on them and trying to do what we can to help them see more in life. So they've pretty much got acclimated by now. Yeah, so the ministry got started really in 1987. Gene and Marjorie Beckstein had moved into this neighborhood and noticed, well, they already knew this is where the poverty was in Gainesville, so they wanted to do something about it. And I always laugh and say, before Gainesville even knew it had homeless people, Gene and Marjorie were doing something about it. But it's quite a remarkable story, just serving lunch out of their home over on Aviation Boulevard, and that all of a sudden getting to be a big deal where the city took notice that there's lines of people lined up in front of their house each day. But, you know, they were gracious to find a more appropriate place for them to start the ministry, which was basically on the Melrose campus on Davis Street. And then I think from there the community just kind of took notice and things began to grow, and they ended up getting the building across the street from Melrose, and you know, the rest is kind of history. So